Welcome back to That Dad Guy. It's February 2nd, 2024, and this week, a lot of mail came in. I have 5 official ones. I've got some surprise mail that came in. I have one unknown piece of mail that's in. So let's get started because it's going to be a big one anyways. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, you hit the notification bell, you leave a like, you leave positive comments, and you share with other people. All right, let's get to it. The very first one I have is this one here. It comes from the United States. Really beautiful card of this girl mailing a letter in what looks like a UK post office or a post box in a field of sunflowers. This comes from Robin, and she is in the United States. She lives in Pennsylvania. She also lives in the Poconos. Have you heard of the Poconos? It's a famous getaway vacation spot for skiing in the winter and water parks and things in the summertime. So she says she gets kind of crowded there when people show up on the weekend. And she says she's hoping to retire and move back to where she's from, which is Delaware. So thank you so much, Robin, for this. There's the forever stamp that came on it. And great handwriting, too. So thanks very much, Robin. The next card also comes from the United States. It is this cute card. It says, "Be kind. Unless you can be fantastic, then be fantastically kind." What a great sentiment. This comes from Lori, and Lori's in Oakland, California. There's the forever stamp. You can also see the cancellation, and it says Oakland in there. So thank you so much. Greatly, beautifully decorated too, Lori. Thanks very much. The next card I have comes from Russia. It is a blue cat card. It says it comes from Siberia. It does not say who it is from. It's not signed. But it does say, "I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year," because this was mailed in December of last year when it was minus 21 there. There are the stamps. So if you're tuning in and watching, thank you so much. Leave a comment if it's from you. So I appreciate it. The next card comes from the United States. So I have 3 from the United States. "Sending smiles your way." So this comes from Jules, and Jules says this is only her second post-crossing postcard that she sent. Her father loves Lego as well. They got to visit Legoland in California when she was growing up. And it says they are in Ohio now, and they're expecting a snowstorm. I think Ohio's been getting a little bit more snow than we have here. We do have a little bit out there. You can't really see it with the glare of the camera focused on me rather than the windows. But there is a little bit of snow out there right now. And I think we're just supposed to get flurries, 1 to 2, 3 centimeters all through the weekend. So it's going to be kind of a snowy type weekend. I want to show you the snow globe stamps that are on here. So thanks, Jules. Hopefully you enjoy post-crossing, and lots more postcards are to come. You will have to be a bit patient early on, waiting for all your cards that you send to get registered and you get stuff back. But I'm telling you, it's worth it. All right, the last official one that I have is this Max Verstappen card. He is an F1 driver. This is a while ago, and he's a little bit younger. Not that he's too old now, but it's one of his earlier ones. This comes from Belgium, even though it was mailed from Germany, because there's the German stamps. But this comes from Marie-Paul, and she says, "Nice to meet you. I'm a teacher for more than 35 years, happily married, and have 2 adult sons. I love history, cycling, and peace in the world. Wish you all the best." Great sentiments. So thank you so much for the F1 card. I did send a copy or a picture of it to my daughter so she could see, and that was her response. Boy, does Max look young there. And if you're into F1 racing, the big news right now is that Lewis Hamilton is leaving Mercedes after this year, and in 2025 will race for Ferrari. So that's a big thing. He will be 40 years old at the time, though, so we'll see how things go. All right, those are the official ones. Let's get into the friend mail. The first one comes from Sam in Illinois, and she sent this post-crossing bingo card. She says, "How many of these boxes can you check off? Enjoy having fun playing." Okay, so each box, I mean, in bingo, you make a line, right? So that's how it works. The first one says, "Minimal self-control over buying new postcards." I think I'd have to put something in that. I think I have that one. "Your postal worker knows you by name and vice versa." Yep, that's true. "Making custom postcards." I've done that. "Having a postcard routine and ritual." I do have that. "Using travel mode." I haven't done that one yet. So I have all across the line except for the last box. The next line I have, "Getting crafty using use stamps. I haven't done that. As a stamp collector, I find it hard to destroy stamps or repurpose stamps. Let's say that instead. So I haven't done that one. Running into postcard storage problems. Well, I have done that. Memorizing postal rates and or stamp combinations. I've done that. Having a dedicated post-crossing workspace. I do have that. Matching the postcard and the stamp theme. I've done that. So once again, I've got all across except for this one and this one. So I'm too short. Still no post-crossing bingo. Learning new things from postcards you receive. I have done that. Hosting and or attending a meetup. I've done that. Pulling an address and knowing the perfect card to send. I've done that. Knowing the word street in different languages. I don't know that. So once again, I've got all across except for that one. All right, being a member of the forums. I am a member, but I am not active. I haven't done the forums, so I kind of like half cross on that one. Sending a postcard to yourself while on vacation. I haven't done that. Sharing your love of post-crossing with others. I do that. I'm doing that right now. Displaying your postcards as home decor. Not really. I do have a light up line with clothespins, but I haven't used it yet. So it is in the works to do it. Buying all the fancy pens and washi tape. I do that. Packing your mail travel kit. Nope, haven't done that. Knowing the best places to buy postcards. Yep, I've done that. Keeping track of stamp release dates. Yes, I do that. Checking your mailbox every day. Yep, I do that. Connecting, not collecting. I do that. So there are 4, I think, that I don't have on that. So I probably have bingo going down, maybe even in a diagonal. So for the most part, I don't have a complete card, but I'm pretty close. So thank you, Sam, for this. There's the forever stamp, and for the nice connection, of course. This next card comes from our friend Jilly B, living her life her way. You make sure you go out and check out her channel too, and you subscribe to her as well. She sent me a maxi card of Ginger Spice. I mentioned on her video she'd gotten these new Spice Girl stamps, and I said the gingerbread's good too, but Ginger Spice was my favorite of the Spice Girls, and so she sent me a maxi card. And she is decorated nicely up. We've got King Charles III there, the stamp. We've got her bee, and yeah, all sorts of nice things there. So thank you so much, Jilly, for that beautiful card. All right, this next one was a direct swap I did with a gentleman in India, Albin. So we have this card here, and he says, thank you so much for the swap. Hope you're doing great, and 2024 will be an amazing year. And there is the stamp. Nice bear stamp. He wasn't done though. He sent me 2 cards, so I got this nice peacock one as well. He says, warm greetings from India. We are in the south of India. We speak the language called Malayalam. I know Basil's going to correct me right off the bat. And he says, Onam is our biggest festival. And there are the stamps. So we've got some more in that collection that goes with the bear. So thank you so much, Alvin, for that swap. I appreciate it. This next card comes from my friend Charmaine in Maine. And she says, taking selfies in Maine. You can see the bears all set it up. So that is great. She says she thought of me when she saw this card. I do enjoy taking selfies from time to time. So thank you so much. The next card comes from Ambre in France. And this is where she lives. And so some of the sights you might see if you went there. She says, last weekend was cold. That descended on France, and some towns even got snow, but nothing in her community. There is the stamp. Fantastic. Let me just see, because I think I do have another card from Ambre. There's this one here. She says she has an aunt who travels around France, so she's able to get cards from different places. And she's showing me all the different food and cultures around France, all the different things you can find. So I'm really enjoying this travel tour of food, and there are the stamps. So I appreciate it very much. This next card comes from Kyler in Prince Edward Island. We have a blue jay all ready for the snow with his hat on and everything. Just says it's hard to believe that January has come and gone, which it now has. There's the stamp and some nice washi tape around it. It's really decorated very well, so thank you very much, Kyler. This next card comes from Keeks, so you might follow her as well. She is from Seattle in Washington State, and she is Keeks Wanderer, so you should go check out her channel. She has taken a bit of a break from Instagram, but still sent me this. Look at all the space theme stamps that she's put on this to go with the Star Wars theme. She's saying she's been playing the Switch and playing some adventure games and relaxing that way, and has really been enjoying kind of the break from social media. Every once in a while you kind of need that, just to take yourself away from it, find something around. You know, I talked about the 1 hour a day of reading. I didn't stay on that, unfortunately, but I still have the books and I still have time to read from time to time. I just don't make it a necessity that I have to read and turn it into a chore rather than something I enjoy. All right, this next envelope comes from Media in Finland, and she was in Estonia at the time, so there's the Estonian stamps. Really nice cancellation there too. And in it, she sent this really cute Hedgehog card. So thank you so much for that. And look at this card. I don't know if you really get the aspect of this 3D piano card. It's a little bit thicker too, and it's very glossy and kind of has a feel to it. But really cool. You're not really getting the full aspect of it, but really nice card. So really appreciate that, Media. She wasn't done though. This was a card that was sent a while ago, so she'd been letting me know that it was still coming, and hadn't gotten it yet. I hadn't. But in the meantime, she sent me this one. There's a new release Finnish stamp. Beautiful flowers. Inside, she had attended a Christmas concert at this church. It looks beautiful. She also went to a Lego store, so sent me this one here as kind of a Valentine's Day card. Everybody knows I love food, so there's some of that. And to go along with the piano theme, we have a Lego piano. So we have that beautiful card that was in 3D, and then we have a Lego one. I love Lego cards. She says she's able to find them at the Lego store. Any of the Lego stores I've been to here in North America, they don't carry postcards, so it must be a European thing. And the ones that I see from people that they send are just great. I wish we had them here, but I'm enjoying them by other people sending them to me. She wasn't done though. Here's another one. We have a nice strawberry stamp. Also was a new release at the time. And inside, she sent this one here. It's a museum in Sweden, kind of a deep sea diving of wreckage. And then we have this one here of some fishing boats. Maybe you're kind of blocked in by the snow by the looks of it. And then we have kind of this winter one as well. You got the kettle on, you've got some skis and ski poles and someone tobogganing or sledding down the hill there. So that's kind of a Valentine's Day card. She went to a travel fair, and so she was able to find a bunch of these cards there. So that was really nice. Now inside, let me just put those away. She sent me these Santa Claus Maine post office stickers as well. Didn't want to forget those. So thank you, Media, for all the beautiful mail that came in this week. The next envelope I have is this one here. It comes from Zach in Illinois. It's a very special card. It's a folded card. I don't mind folded cards from time to time either. I know it's not a postcard, but it's this one here. And it says Transition Learning Center on the back, designed by TLC. And I wasn't sure what that was until I opened it up and read it. And it says, well, the snow's finally come to his area in Illinois. The temperatures have dropped to single digits, like -1 degree Fahrenheit. A lot more snow coming soon. It says, being from Indiana, then Michigan, he's used to all the winters, that's all right. He says, P.S. I got this card from my local village library where they sell them and are made by students in the special education cooperative in his village. What a great idea to let people in the cooperative use some of their creative juices and design some cards. And then maybe by selling it, gives a little bit more back to that community center too, to help other programs that they offer to their students. So I really appreciate him supporting that by sending me that card. This next card comes from Katja in Sweden. And she is saying that on the 23rd of January, it was starting to feel like spring, but she wasn't getting her hopes up. She knew that winter probably had a few more tricks up its sleeve before it's done. There are the nice Swedish stamps. And I think we get lulled in that here too. We had a great December, very mild, very warm, probably the warmest on record. Then January had some cold spells, but not really much snow. Now we're getting a little bit of snow. It's still mild, but we're into February now. Winter is kind of, we're at the back end of it. So even if we do get a couple good snowfalls here this month, I think we've done pretty well. All right, this next card comes from Monty and Violet in Saskatchewan. And this is kind of one of those highway attractions you might see. This is located off Highway 10A. It's called the Josiah Flint Flonatin. It's quite the mouthful for a character. It's just a fictitious character along the route. What I always like about when Monty sends things and Violet sends things, that they use older Canadian stamps too. So the round one, the astronaut, great stamp. Thank you very much. All right, this next card, not only being a mouthful, but it's kind of anonymous. It is this one here. This is kind of a funny looking hedgehog. And yes, it is kind of from the hedgehog family. This comes from Australia. It was sent with a kind of a prepaid amount, so there is no stamp on there. And beautiful writing on it. I thought maybe it comes from my friend Stephen in Australia. I'm not sure. But it says, Dear Robin Polo, first of all, may I introduce myself? Now, you may think that I might be a Chernobyl hedgehog. Well, yeah. That makes me think Stephen, too, because he's using a Russian reference. But in fact, I am an echidna. An echidna comes in a long beak forms, mostly found in New Guinea, and short beak forms found in Australia. I have a long tongue, which I use to get my favorite foods, ants and termites. I'm very unusual in that I am a monotrem, a mammal that lays eggs. The only other monotrem is the platypus, only found in Australia. Best wishes, Eddie the echidna. So, Eddie, thank you for this. And if there is someone behind Eddie like Stephen, I thank you for that as well. It is something I never knew about. It's kind of a different type of hedgehog. Certainly not what Polo looks like. All right, this next one does come from Stephen because it is addressed. So there we have some beautiful stamps from Australia. And in it, he has included 2 cards, but only one I'm going to show you right now because the other one is the answer for my question of the month. And so you'll see that tomorrow if you tune into the live that I'm doing tomorrow at 12 o'clock Atlantic Standard Time. But the other card is this one here. When I first looked at it, I thought this kind of looks like Christopher Robin instead of Winnie the Pooh, though he's got a hedgehog. He was a bit more cheeky, though. He says, recently ordered some postcards from a business in Kazakhstan, of all places, and these 2 postcards, one of which I'm showing you now, were among them, and I thought you might like them. I thought that this one might look a little like you and Polo at a time when you had a little more hair. I've got lots of hair. It's just not in a traditional place. And looks a little like you and Polo. Yes, I know that can be a bit cheeky. Anyway, hope you like the card. I do like the card. And this comes from My Magic Card. So if you go online to My Magic Card, you see there, you might be able to find some of these type postcards too if you really like them. They're nice and thick. They're good quality, matte on the back, glossy front, so perfect for post crossing or sending to your pen pals. All right, this next one I have, actually, I've got 2. This one I'm gonna wait to show you. This one comes from Melanie in Quebec. She sent me this little parcel, and so I'm gonna open it and show you it next week. I'm going to save that one. But I do have one of these envelopes. This one comes from Eric in Ontario. There's our King Charles III stamp. Came out last year. And inside of it, he has 4 envelopes, sorry. One for each week in February. So put the other ones back. And you can see he's done up Polo in a crown and do not open until February 2nd. Well, today is February 2nd, so I'm going to take out my trusty letter opener, and hopefully we can get into this without causing too much damage. If I can find an area that's not taped. He's kind of taped up the corners a bit. So bear with me a second. This is what happens when you have a live or an episode that I don't really break in. I don't do it in parts. I just go and you get what comes out. All right, we've opened. Inside we have, let's start with the dad joke. He always includes these dad jokes. Once I was kidnapped by mimes and they did unspeakable things to me. Because mimes can't speak. They did unspeakable things. All right, a weekly riddle for the Canadian Postcard King. The recap. When your mind is like this, you figure things out. And it's also a way to express yourself. It's when something is clean and easily seen. Try to be this without having to shout. What word am I? The answer is clear. I can't remember if I said that, but I know somebody in the comments did say that. So that's good. I think I probably came up with, I have no idea. Because that's usually what I do when it comes to riddles. But he does have a new riddle. You can chew when you do this, or can you? It gets you from A to B. Not everyone has the ability, especially with a bum knee. What activity am I? You can chew when you do this. Will you bite when you chew? Or can you? It gets you from A to B. So what gets you from A to B, but also you can chew when you do this? You rotate? I don't know. Not everyone has the ability, especially with a bum knee. Run. Can't do that with a bum knee. Running has nothing to do with chewing. It does get you from point A to point B. Walk. Jump, jog. Speed. All right, you guys put your answers in the comment and see. At the end it says, long live the Canadian Postcard King. All right, thank you, Eric. And I did receive your email with your question for tomorrow, because you probably won't be able to tune into the show. And the show, I just mean the live stream that I'm doing at 12 o'clock Atlantic Standard Time. All right, one last thing came in. This one's extra special. It's a postcard. It's a postcard from my daughter at university. She had a class. They asked them to design postcards with a certain theme in mind. So she drew this. You can see the person on the computer screen while the world outside is burning. It says, man, this game is sad. Good thing it's fake. And then on the other side, it says, when things get heavy or boring, just punch in another date or log out. Real life doesn't have a log out button. So there's kind of a statement on life, statement of what some people get thrown into an online world and get disconnected from the world around them that they're living in. Sometimes people do that on purpose, though, so they can forget about the bad things that are happening outside and try to find something positive in life. But other people just get so super focused on the online world and the media that they're consuming that they kind of forget that there's a real world outside, and sometimes the two things are connected. So good on Dea for the beautiful drawing again, and hopefully classes continue to go well for her. What was really interesting about these cards too is that a lot of the students had never written postcards before, didn't know how to put an address together, how you actually did it. So not only were you learning something about creativity this way, but you were also learning about snail mail. So thank you, Dea. Thank you for everyone else who sent something in this week. It was a full week of mail. Really appreciate it. We're going to have something to look forward to with Mel's parcel there. Also, I have a collaboration. If you know, you know, with Snail Mail with Smokey. So there will be another episode of Stamp versus Stamp coming out very soon. And then tomorrow, if you get a chance and you're around, 12 o'clock Atlantic Standard Time, come join me on the live stream. I will show you the questions and the cards that I got back, the answers to my questions. I will give you a new question for February, and we might answer and talk about a few things too while we're on chatting together. That's it for now, so you guys have a magical week. What, Polo? You say like, subscribe, share, and tell all your friends?
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?